Hello yogis, hello Journey Junkie Tribe, and welcome back to the Zen Den. And welcome to the Back to Yoga Basics series. Today our class is a beginner standing flow. This is perfect for the yogi who has not experienced standing postures yet, or you are working to further understand these postures. Before we get started, please make sure you join our online tribe by clicking the link in the description below. And then also grab any yoga props that you will need to better your yoga experience. Now unroll your mat and let's get started. All right, yogis, for this practice, we're going to start lying on our back in Apanasana, also known as knees into the chest pose. So slowly make your way down onto your back, hug the knees into the chest, use the hands and clasp them around the shins, and gently start to rock side to side, massaging your low back. Turning on that yoga breath, so inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Allowing yourself to become present on the mat right now, right here. And if you're rocking, come back to center. Extend the right leg straight out in front of you and keep the left knee hugging into the chest. So this is Ardha Apanasana, which is basically half of what we were doing. Ardha means half in Sanskrit. So using the strength of your arms, pull the leg closer into the chest. Soften the shoulders down. Breathe here. From here, keep the right leg extended, nicely activated, so toes are pointing back towards the face. And start to bring the sole of the left foot up towards the sky, bringing the left hand to the outer edge of the foot for half happy baby. So our hips are definitely not warm and our hamstrings are not open. So take this at 50%. And if it's really hard for you to clasp your outer foot, stay in Ardha Apanasana, no worries. But do take 3 breaths wherever you are. Everyone, bend the right knee, plant the right foot on the earth, and cross the left ankle over the right knee for figure 4. Remembering from our last class, the beginner Hatha flow, that this is the most restorative version of figure 4. You can hang out right here. If you're wanting a little more, use your core strength to bring the legs closer into the chest. Interlace the hands through and catch the back of the right thigh. Use your arm strength and your core strength to bring the legs in closer. Send the shoulders back. Breathe for 3. And release the left leg. Bring both knees back into the chest for Apanasana. Rock from side to side. And extend the left leg straight out to the top of the mat. Interlace the hands around the shin and bring the leg closer into the chest using the strength of your arms here. Breathe. choosing to stay here or coming into half happy baby, bringing the sole of the foot towards the ceiling, using your right hand to clasp the outer edge of the right foot as you hug the leg closer to the earth. So both full happy baby and half happy baby are wonderful for lengthening the spine, making space especially in the lower back, stretching the hip, the inner thigh, the groin. And in half happy baby, we're also stretching the front of the extended leg too. So lots of benefits happening here in this posture. One more breath. Bend the left knee, plant the foot on the earth, cross the right ankle over the left knee, coming into figure 4, remembering your options of restorative or hugging the knees into the chest and finding a deeper variation. Staying for 3. Releasing the leg, coming back into Apanasana. And this time we're rocking up to tabletop pose. You have 2 options. You can simply roll onto your side and push up to a seated pose, swing the legs around, come into tabletop, or bring your hands behind the thighs and start to gently rock forward and back, massaging the spine and making your way all the way up when you're ready to a tabletop pose. So you come up, swing the legs around, find a tabletop posture. Once you're here, tabletop pose, remember we stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Everything is shoulder and hip width distance. Gently rock forward and back, starting to work into the wrists. Show them some love. Low belly is engaged here. And come back to neutral tabletop. Switch your fingers to face your body. This is a really intense stretch. You might want to walk your knees in closer. Also, I like to curl my toes under and slowly pull back. This has such a slight stretch with such a strong feeling. So really take your time. And slowly release. This time turn the top of the hand onto the ground. Fingers still face the body. And again, gently pull back. And come forward, release the hands, move through 3 cat-cows. So we inhale to drop the belly, lift the tail, shine the heart through. Exhale to round the back, relax the tailbone, drop head and neck. 2 more times on your own breath. And now curl the toes under, widen out those fingers, make a lot of space, big palm, push into your hands, lift the hips high, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Knees are generously bent, belly's hugging in as the hip bones, sits bones, which are those knobby points on your back, are lifting high. Spine is lengthening. And the arms are very active. Inhale to gaze forward, come up on the tippy toes. Use the exhale breath to walk to the top of your mat. Once you get there, inhale, lift up halfway, hands come to shins, push the body forward, and exhale to fold. Ragdoll hang, you can cup both elbows, relax the head and neck. 3 breaths. Release the hands if you had a bind. Bend the knees, hug the belly in, drop the head, and take a whole inhale breath to roll up. Once you get there, shoulders roll back, head lifts. We'll move through 3 sun salutations together. So inhale the arms high, reach 𝗪𝗏 𝗙𝗀. Exhale to forward fold, down to Uttanasana. Inhale to lift up halfway, hands come to shins. Powerful belly and back here. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, ground down through your feet to lift all the way up, reach the hands high again. Exhale, hands down through heart center and all the way by your side. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Root to rise, lift all the way up. Strong legs, strong core. Exhale, hands down through heart center and mountain pose. Last time. Inhale the arms high. Strong legs here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Flat back, belly in, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach through the fingertips and exhale, hands down through heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Hands come to hips. We're stepping back into Virabhadrasana 1, which is Warrior 1. So the left foot will step back. If you're definitely new, 2 feet, okay? This is actually about 3 feet. If you have been in this practice for a while, take whatever variation you take of Warrior 1. But the important thing to know here is right now my feet are too close together as far as distance. So heel toe the right foot out, just a smidge. We want our feet on railroad tracks. This is going to help us get into the posture better. Bend into the front leg, knee stacks over ankle. Drive down through the knife edge of the left foot, nice active back leg, and then rotate the hips to square to the front of the mat as you pull the hip points up to engage the core, and then bring the arms high. So that is so many cues. I understand that. But this is a very strong posture that you will see many times within the yoga practice. So Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Very active. Breathe here. Last breath. Now gaze up here. On an inhale, we're transitioning into Warrior 2. So we inhale to open to the left side of the mat and watch my feet. I heel toe my feet so that my heel of my front foot comes into alignment with the arch of my back foot, okay? Hands come to horizontal here. We're reaching through the fingertips. Again, we're stacking knee over ankle. Alrighty. So much is always going on in every posture. Take what you can from my cues and then you will continue to refine them. Hips are nice and square to the side of the mat here. We're not leaning too far forward or too far back. We're trying to square up right in the middle of our body here, staying in the present moment. Breathe for 2 more breaths. Inhale to flip the front palm, reach a little bit forward. Exhale, left hand comes to the back of the thighs. You sweep the right arm overhead, side body stretch. Keep the bend in the front knee. Think about how much space you can make on the right side. One more inhale. Exhale, side angle. So top of the right forearm comes to the top of the right thigh here. Nice strong posture. Again, knee is over ankle. And we're going to use this forearm connection to push the chest away, really activate this front leg. And then inhale the left arm overhead, pinky finger down towards the earth. My last cue, and then we'll breathe. Open the heart up. So send the left armpit up towards the sky. One more breath. Use your leg strength, use your core strength. Inhale to come all the way up. Face the left side of your mat. Bring the toes out and the heels in. And then sit down nice and low for 𝗬𝗹𝗶𝗪, goddess pose. Hands at heart center. Roll the chest back. Use the strength of your external hip to send the legs out. Yeah, use your butt here. And breathe for 5. Stay with me. And inhale, push into the heels, lift up, straighten the legs, send the arms high. Bring the toes in so that the feet are parallel. And then hands to hips, coming into 𝗪𝗛 Padottanasana. So big inhale, lift the heart. Strong, active legs. Exhale, begin to hinge forward. And we're going all the way down. Active legs, pelvis is tilting. Releasing the chest and then the head and neck. Hands can come down to the earth now. If you're a more advanced practitioner, you can take headstand. Otherwise, we're hanging out, we're relaxing, and we're breathing, most importantly. Next, inhale, push your hands into the earth, lift up halfway. Strong legs, exhale, hands to hips, hold it. Inhale, come all the way up. Now we're coming into triangle pose Trikonasana. So shift the front foot, it's gonna face the front of the mat. If you have a block, this is a great time to use it and place it on the inside of your right foot, okay. So we're set up, heel to arch alignment. Hands come to a T. Strong legs before we go anywhere. We take an inhale breath, gaze forward. Exhale to hinge forward. You reach with the right hand and notice my hips. My front right hip drops as my back left hip lifts. And as that hinging happens, you reach for the front of the mat and then you windmill the right hand down to whatever you can, and the left hand high. So right hand's on a block or resting on the shin. The left fingertip is stacking, the left shoulder is stacking over the right shoulder, and you're reaching through the fingertips as you open the heart. Next, inhale, bring the left hand to the left hip, gaze down for balance, bend into the front knee, remove the block, stand all the way back up, and step to the top of your mat. Good work. So that was one whole side. Let's get to the other side. So hands to hips. We're going to step back, this time with the right foot for warrior one. So step it back to your comfortable distance. Make sure your feet are nice and wide like they're on railroad tracks. And then bend into the front leg. Once you have the front leg aligned, check out your back leg. Is it active? Are you pushing into the knife edge? From that space, rotate the hips, hug the hip points up, and reach the arms high. Nice proud warrior. Next, inhale, begin to open the arms to a T, open the chest to the right side of the mat, and then you need to realign your feet. So heel toe your feet so that the front heel is in line with the back arch. Once you have that, again, bend into the front knee, stacking over the ankle. Arms come to a T, really broaden through the chest and gaze out over your fingertips. Flip the front palm, reach forward just a bit, and exhale to sweep it back. Right hand rests on the thigh, reach through the left fingertips, keep that healthy bend in the front knee, side body stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, left forearm to the top of the thigh. Find a deep bend here. So you want to really feel your legs turn on. Inhale, the right arm overhead, pinky edge down, and then open through the heart. This is side angle pose. Next, inhale, use the strength of your legs and your core to come all the way up. You're facing the right side of the mat, toes out, heels in, coming into goddess pose. So sit it nice and low, hands to heart center, send the knees back, open through the chest, breathing for 5. Next inhale, begin to straighten the legs, push the ground away, reach the arms high, heel toe the feet so they're parallel to the sides of the mat, and bring hands to the hips. Here we go. Inhale, lift the chest, strong legs. Exhale to fold. Hinge from the pelvis, so sending the tailbone back, and make your way all the way down. Next, inhale, lift up halfway, flat back, strong legs. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Coming into triangle pose. So the front foot turns to the front of the mat, heel to arch alignment. If you have that block, place it on the inside of the left foot. And listen, yogis, I've been practicing for at least 5 years, and I love a block in triangle pose. It really helps stretch both sides of the body. So don't be afraid to use your props. Hands to a T. Strong, active legs. Big inhale. Exhale to hinge the hips. Reach forward as far as you can. And then when you can't reach, windmill the left hand down, and the right arm comes high. Open the chest. Don't lose the activation in the legs, and breathe. And bring the right hand to the right hip, gaze down, bend the front knee, remove the block if you had it, step to the top of the mat. Coming into mountain pose, I want you to just take a moment, hands down by your side, close your eyes, and think about everything that you're feeling on the mat. How it feels to move your body, to calm your mind, to connect with your breath, and hopefully fuel your soul. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, melt the chest down, relax the head and neck. Inhale to lift up halfway, flat back. And exhale to sit all the way down onto your bum. So the easiest way is to take the knees wide and just find that space on the mat. Alrighty, once you're down here, keep the knees bent. We're moving into Navasana boat pose. So I like to bring my hands behind my thighs. When you're a beginner, or if you're just not ready to cultivate that much strength, which that's me many days, it's really nice to bring your hands to the backs of the thighs for support. Alrighty, so come up onto your tippy toes. You hinge back, you're resting on your sits bones. Roll the shoulders onto the back and start to pick up the toes, keeping the knees together. Nice long back, lifted chest. Toes are active, they're doing something. If you're feeling stronger, you can start to lift the legs higher and higher and higher. And then maybe you release the hands. And this is so hard, and I'm shaking, and wherever you are, breathe for 3. There's no shame in holding the legs. So do what you need. One more breath. And exhale to release. Plant the heels back on the earth. Slide the bum forward. Come all the way onto your back for bridge pose. Set to Bandhasana. So heels hip width distance, close into the bum. Hands down by your side. Activate the belly, hug it in. On an inhale, push into your heels and lift your hips. Here we go. If you want, you can roll one shoulder under at a time and bind your hands for that extra opening and hip lifting. Wherever you are, breathe for 5. Use the strength of your legs here. Hug the knees in. If you have the bind, release it and slowly roll the body down. Taking your time. Upper back, mid back, low back. There we go. Alrighty. Coming into Gomukhasana on our backs. This is a little bit of a tricky posture. Cross the left foot, the left knee over the right knee. Pick the legs up and then bring the heels as close as you can towards the face. Reach up and grab the outer edge of your ankles, or if you can, the outer edges of your feet. Once you have them, lay back down. Really great stretch for the outer hips. One more breath. Release the hands and just switch. So the right leg comes on top, bend the knees, bring the heels as close as you can using your core strength. Lift up, grab the outer ankles or the outer edges of your feet, and then lay back down. You're going to notice one side is tighter than the other, totally normal. Last breath. And exhale, release the hands, release the legs, moving straight into Shavasana. So legs go as wide as the mat. Make any last movements you need. Hands down by your sides. Big breath in through the nose. Let it go. Allow yourself to completely surrender. Let all of that movement and breath and intention integrate and connect from the surface down into the depths. This is your time to rest. Shavasana. Without moving, use your breath to awaken your body. As you fill your body with your prana, your life force, your breath, begin to make small movements with fingertips and toes, and then circling ankles and wrists. And when you're ready, inhaling the arms overhead, reaching the feet long, and exhaling to bend the knees, swing the hips to the side, coming into fetal pose for a moment of gratitude, thanking yourself for getting on the mat today and doing the work. Push into your hand, lift the chest, and meet me in a seated posture. Root down through your sitting bones when you get there. Rise up through your spine. Feel really good here in this moment. Inhale the arms out to the side. Gather up the energy and the work you've created. Palms come to touch. Exhale the hands down through heart center. We will close with the universal vibration of Om. Big inhale. Om. Open those eyes. Such good work today. Thank you so much for meeting me on the mat, for doing this beautiful practice that is going to help you live your journey, connect your mind, your body, your mind, and your soul. Don't forget, if you're not part of our online tribe, click the link in the description below and come join us. I promise we are a good time. With that said, I'll meet you back here in the Zen Den next week. Namaste.